Hey, beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great. We are of course going to be talking about the most infamous yet mysterious resource in Warframe's history, and that is KUVA. Now if you guys didn't know, this is a special resource that's then gone and used to go and reroll the stats of your ribbons, bringing them from trash all the way up to godly, hopefully. But I'm not going to be going over what makes a godly ribbon, as that is quite complicated to go and explain, as it purely depends on the type of weapon that you guys are dealing with. I'll talk about that in another video. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan of KUVA, maybe because of the fact that there's too much RNG on top of RNG, as not only do you have to hope and pray that you guys get the right ribbon type, you also have to hope and pray that you guys do get a ribbon for that particular weapon, and on top of that, you have to hope and pray that with the rolls, you'll then be able to then go and get yourself the perfect stats for that particular weapon, therefore making it godly. Once again, I'm not going to be talking about what makes a top tier ribbon. But before I continue with the video any further, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like to support me or the channel any further, do remember to leave a like on this video, as it does help me out substantially. Spartan, hit the subscribe button for more Warframe videos and streams. We are of course do have a Discord server, so if you guys are a lonely tenor who needs some general assistance, or then want to then go and interact with me outside YouTube or doing any one of my live streams, go and join the Discord server. There will be a link down in the description. Without further ado, let's get this video on the road, shall we? There's two ways in which you guys can then go and get yourself a ton of KUVA. The first way is to then go and complete Nora's Battle Pass system from tier 1 all the way up to tier 30. Now, I'm not too sure exactly which tier specifically can give you 20,000 KUVA, but there is a tier reward which can then go and give you around 20,000 KUVA. But we're mainly interested in the Nora crest. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can go and get yourself Nora crest every 5 tier rewards. You guys then go and level up. These Nora crest can then be converted into KUVA. What you guys simply need to do is, while you guys are viewing the Battle Pass in general, at the bottom right you'll see it says cred offerings. Go and click on that button. It'll then give you access to Nora's store. Now what you guys can do is you can either go and trade in your Nora crest for either cosmetics, a wolf, a wolf sledge, or a wolf sledge beacon, which can then go and spawn that particular enemy. But we are mostly mostly concerned about when it comes to the KUVA itself. When you guys go and complete Nora's crest from tier 1 all the way up to tier 30, you guys are looking at around 100,000 KUVA in general. The best way to go and get yourself KUVA is to then go and play the Steel Path missions. Now what I mean by this, I personally would then go and play the survival, just because of the fact that I enjoy myself a ton of ways. But the best place to then go and do get yourself a ton of KUVA is to then go to a survival node in the KUVA fortress called Voruna. Now Voruna is a survival node located in the KUVA fortress. Now while you guys are actually going and decimating the enemies, you'll see certain enemies that are marked. Go and kill those enemies. When you then go and do so, they'll then go and drop a special KUVA capsule. What you then want to go is pick it up like so, then go up to your nearest, life support capsule, and your Warframe will automatically then go and convert that particular life support capsule into a KUVA version. Once a KUVA version has then been activated, it'll then go and, transform it into a little bit of a mobile defense, where you then are required to stop the Grineer from destroying your KUVA cache for around 1 minute. The one great thing about this particular method is, if you do have a resource drop chance or resource booster, you'll then go and receive 400 KUVA per minute instead of 200. And what makes it even better, you can then go and bring a Smearkavat, which does go and stack. So you guys are looking at around, if conditions are met, at around 800 KUVA per minute. And of course, I do suggest you guys go and bring a full party of people, mainly because the fact that if you guys are able to then go and activate multiple capsules in one singular instance, like 4 capsules in one singular instance, and if the conditions are right for you with the boosts and stuff, you guys are looking at around 2,000 to 3,000 KUVA per minute, which is absolutely insane. And on top of that, you can then go and farm a special resource called Steel Essence, which can only be obtained from completing Steel Path missions. I'm not sure about the alerts themselves, but as far as I know, what you guys can go and do is to then go and murderize or brutalize the living daylights out of the acolyte. Every time you guys go and kill an acolyte, they'll then go and drop 2 Steel Essence per 3 to 5 minutes if you guys are dealing with a survival. And on top of that, you can then go and use your resource drop chance, and of course, if your conditions are right when it comes to Smearkavat themselves, you guys are looking at around 8 Steel Essence per 5 to 3 minutes, depending on when your acolyte does go and spawn. So I do suggest go and play the Voruna, because not only do you get the steel essence, which can then be converted into into KUVA when it comes to Teshin. In order to go and convert the steel essence, all you guys simply have to then do is go to any relay. I personally then go to the one that's located in Pluto called the Orcus. Then you can then go and use the fast travel options, select the steel part on it, and then you can go and convert the steel essence which you gained in the steel part mission into KUVA. Now Teshin does sell a ton of KUVA for relatively cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, I make some pretty awesome Warframe content, so if you guys would like to then go and take a look at them, there will be links down in the description. They'll be suggested to you guys at the top right, and there will be a few on your screen now. So I do suggest you guys go and take a look at it if you want to then go from 0 to hero as fast as humanly possible. Do remember to leave a like on this video, it does help me out substantially. Spartan to the subscribe button for more Warframe videos and streams. Remember, we do also have a Discord server, so there will be a link down in the description. Go ahead and take a look at it, and of course, I make like a banana and split.